Good afternoon. I'd like to show you two books here, both defending the King James Bible. One is called One Book and One Authority by Douglas Stauffer, and the other one is called Final Authority by William Grady. Now both these are excellent books in defense of the King James Bible, but the problem is we Bible believers have gotten into the habit of calling the King James Bible final authority, and I think this is a very subtle way of trying to lay a viewpoint out that there are some other authorities that could actually compete with the King James Bible when there's not. The fact of the matter is that the King James Bible is the authority, not the final authority, the authority. I think we need to start with looking at the King James Bible and not in that light. The battles with over manuscript evidence and particularly Greek words and what they mean, and now with the modern versions coming out and fighting against them, have given the idea that the King James Bible is somehow competing with these issues when it's not. All authority comes from the King James Bible. The authority that the manuscripts, for instance, have that went into the King James Bible comes from it. The manuscripts don't give the authority to the King James Bible. The King James Bible gives the authority to the manuscripts. Likewise, the basis of the English in the King James Bible establishes what the Greek and the Hebrew say, not the other way around. And it's a very subtle way when we use different terms to distract from the real authority, the total authority, the complete authority of the King James Bible when we say final authority, because we're given the impression that there are actually other authorities that go into the King James Bible when there's not. All authority comes from the King James Bible. And so when we look at particular Greek texts or manuscripts, and we look at the lines of the manuscripts, and we look at particular things in the King James Bible that went into the King James Bible, and those aspects, we have a tendency to look at those things as authorities themselves, and then the King James Bible making the final authority on them. But in fact, it's the opposite. Anything that we look at, for instance, the Textus Receptus, Masoretic text, have any viability, a truth, because the King James Bible gives them the truth in those areas. It's the authority coming from the King James Bible that make those other areas viable and truthful. So the fact is that we need to stop calling the King James Bible a final authority and call it the authority, or a good way is all authority. When Esther wrote in Esther 9:29, she wrote, then in the book of Esther, then Esther the queen, the daughter of Abihail, and Mordecai the Jew, wrote with all authority to confirm the second letter of Purim. So when God wrote to us, he wrote with all authority, not final authority, but all authority. And I think the idea is we need to stop calling the King James Bible the final authority and call it what is the authority, the complete, total, absolute authority. Amen. Thank you.